We sit down with equestrian club Sarah Newman.
And softball crowns a new home run queen.
All this and more coming up on the Penguin Rundown. It's a new week, and you know what that means, a new episode of the Penguin Rundown. I'm Corey McCrae, sitting along my good friend Margot Warrens. A lot of stuff going on this weekend. One of those things, Easter Sunday.
Absolutely, and I know that a bunch of our athletes also had some awesome weekends, and I think you're going to start us out with some track.
Let's do it. The track and field team was busy this past weekend with Gwins competing at 3 different meets in 3 different states. Over 20 Penguins were out in California for the Mount Sac Relays, where Janie Corbett continued her success this outdoor season with a 3rd place finish in the shot put and a 6th place finish in the discus. Abby Jones also had an impressive outing, capturing 6th in the high jump with a 1.68 meter clearing jump. At the Bucknell Bison Outdoor Classic, freshman Ryan Roush broke the school record in the 10,000 meter run with a time of 29 minutes and 34 seconds. Finally, at the Northeastern Ohio Quad, Brendan Lucas won the 200-meter dash with a time of 21.19 seconds. While Kisawana Burts also won the 400-meter dash with a time of 56.22. Looking at the road ahead, YSU has just 4 more events before the Outdoor Championships on May 5th. They will be in action tomorrow and Saturday at the Jesse Owens Classic. As always, be sure to visit YSUsports.com for live results and updates.
Many of the questions the YSU men's basketball team faced heading into 2017 have now been answered, including next season's coaching staff. Head coach Jared Calhoun has named his bench for the 2017-18 season. First, Calhoun named Paul Molinari an assistant coach. Molinari previously served on Calhoun's staff at Fairmont State and has 27 years of coaching experience, including 8 years of Horizon League experience under the legendary Raleigh Massimino at Cleveland State. Joining Molinari as an assistant coach is Jason Slay. Slay was a 4-year standout at West Virginia State, and he spent the last 2 seasons at the Virginia Military Institute and was a part of 2 West Virginia Conference championship runs before that. He is someone who head coach Jared Calhoun believes is one of the up-and-coming guys in the business and will help provide a recruiting edge for YSU in new parts of the country. Calhoun then named Mark Richmond the Director of Basketball Operations. He comes to YSU after 2 years as the Director of Player Development at Fordham and has 5 years of coaching experience at the Division I and II levels. He'll be assisting the evaluation of video, development of practice and game schedules, and assisting Coach Calhoun in all aspects of the program. Finally, Bobby Steinberg was named the new associate head coach. Steinberg spent the last 9 seasons at Kent State, and he helped the Golden Flashes to their 2017 Mid-American Conference Championship and an NCAA tournament berth. Steinberg is regarded as one of the nation's top assistant coaches by several national publications. Coach Calhoun is excited about what this staff brings to the table.
Well, I think first and foremost, it's a very loyal staff. It's guys that have been in the business for quite some time, but it's a diverse staff. You know, we have guys that can hit different parts of the country, guys that have worked with different positions, and guys that have had great success at other places. So I'm extremely excited.
The 2017-18 season will be here before you know it. So be sure to check out YSUsports.com for updates on the men's basketball team, and for season tickets, call 330-941-1YSU.
This past Saturday, the women's tennis team hosted Cleveland State in a battle for first place in the Horizon League. Fans gathered at the Boardman Tennis Center to watch YSU cruise to a 6-1 win over the Vikings, improving their overall record to 12-8 while owning a 6-1 conference resume. Saturday's match was also the final one for seniors Nahel Sani and Dominika Lakova. The pair both joined the program back in January of 2013 and have combined for over 138 victories. They have also helped guide the program to 3 straight Horizon League tournament championships. The men also cruised to a 6-1 win over Cleveland State. In singles play, Moroshker won 6-4 at the #1 spot in his final home contest after transferring to YSU this past year. He enters the weekend with a 19-10 record. With Saturday's win, the Penguins broke the program record for wins in a season and now stand at 16-7 overall. They will also travel to Green Bay this Saturday for their season finale.
Every week, we award an athlete who shines on the field and in the classroom with the title of Penguin Athlete of the Week. This week's honor goes to tennis standout Iman Hassim.
After a rough start to the spring season, the tennis team has earned a 6-1 conference record thus far as the conference tournament approaches. This is in part due to the arrival of freshman Iman Hassim. As the regular season comes to an end, Iman and the team have one goal heading into the conference tournament.
Obviously, we've won the conference for the last 3 years, so we hope to end the conference with a win. So we want to get wins and all of that to put us in a more confident position for the conference tournament. But yeah, our main goal is to win the conference.
There's one thing Iman feels the team needs to focus on in the rest of their matches.
I think as a team, it's just mainly to keep gaining confidence and keep making sure that we're as prepared as we can be for the conference tournament, even if that means like practicing extra and going for extra training and stuff, which I know a lot of the girls in the team are doing, just to make sure that we're as well prepared as we can be.
Moving to a new country proved to be difficult for the South African, but Hassim feels she has found her place here at YSU.
I really enjoyed our trip to Vegas because it was like our first time away with the girls. It's like where we really got to know each other and stuff. Like the one night we all made dinner together and it was really good. I really enjoyed that night. And like it's when I think us as like the freshmen, because there were 2 other freshmen on the team, it's like where we found that we like got accepted in a way, and yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed that trip.
When trying to balance her schoolwork and tennis, Hassim learned a few important skills.
To manage my time, yeah, mainly just to manage my time. And usually tennis is quite an individual sport, but here it's like very different because it's in a team environment. You're not playing for just yourself, you're playing for the team. So it's also like taught me like different values, like you have to care not only about yourself but about everyone.
When thinking about her future after tennis, Hassim hopes to become a pediatrician.
Well, obviously right now I'm focusing a lot on tennis and stuff, but I think maybe one day I'd like to be like a pediatrician, work with children and stuff, yeah.
Good luck to Iman and the entire team as they head into conference play.
A special congratulations to Iman Hassim. One of Youngstown State's most successful club sports is equestrian club. Since our last visit, they've had one rider who shot up the national rankings. Our very own Alexa DeVore joins us now with Sarah Newman of the YSU Equestrian Club.
Thanks, Corey. And I'm here today with Sarah Newman from the Equestrian Club. Sarah, thanks for joining us. How are you?
Good, how are you?
So let's get started. And I wanted to ask you exactly how did you get involved with the Equestrian Club and what made you want to do it?
Well, my coach, Amy Watkins, actually was judging a show in California, where I'm from, and my mom was working out there. So she met my mom, and they got to talking, and my mom, you know, was like, oh, my daughter goes to school in Ohio, and Amy mentioned she was from Ohio, and they asked, you know, where I went to school, and it just went out that I was from YSU, and so she said she had an equestrian team, and my mom called me out to meet her, and that's pretty much how it started.
And what exactly motivated you to want to do it?
I mean, my mom had always shown, and I'd been around horses since I was little, so I figured it'd be something fun to get involved with, and I knew the team was small, so I don't know, it just kind of gave me an outlet from school.
Okay. As for your coach, how did she really get you to progress in your sport and make you better and get to where you are today?
So I mean, I take lessons once or twice a week, and she kind of works on my posture and my riding abilities in the field that we focus in. She just gives me constructive criticism, tells me when I'm doing good, when I'm doing bad, so that way I can improve weekly on it, just like any other sport that you would do.
Okay, and as for practices go, what exactly does a daily practice look like for you?
So they usually last about like an hour, sometimes an hour and a half. We saddle up, we get whatever horse she picks for us that day to ride, and we'll do some ring work, so we just work on our posture going around in the ring, and then she'll set up a pattern that we have to perform, and she'll kind of judge us on the pattern and grade us.
Now, does having a different horse set you back in any way, or does it actually make you better?
It definitely makes you a better rider. It's definitely the hardest aspect of showing horsemanship, because you have a different horse, you don't know the horse that you're going to be on until you pretty much draw it right before the class, and you get on the horse and you go. So, I mean, it makes you a better rider, but it's definitely difficult.
Okay, and after college and after everything that's happening here with riding, do you think you will still be riding, or what is your future plans beyond Youngstown State?
I mean, I'd love to still ride. I know that we do have like alum, so I could show alum. I don't know where I'll be exactly. I know I plan on getting my master's. I just don't know where I'll get that at.
Okay, do you think you'll stay here or move back?
I probably would like to move back to where my family is.
Yeah. And then you also qualified for nationals in Kentucky. So tell me a little bit about how that's going to go.
Okay, so we did regionals. I qualified for semifinals, and then I qualified for nationals. So I will leave May 6th because I show on May 7th. It's in Lexington, Kentucky. I pretty much just have one class. We usually have like a coaches meeting that morning for everybody that's showing that day. So we'll go get the rules and everything else and learn a little bit about the horses.
Well, it sounds like you're really enjoying Equestrian Club, and I'm happy to hear that. So if you're interested in joining the Equestrian Club, you can contact President Jessica Flynn. Tryouts are also being held tomorrow from 5 to 8 in Canfield. Thank you for joining me today. Back to you guys.
Great job by Alexa, and thanks to Sarah for joining us today. The baseball team traveled to Milwaukee this past weekend to take on the Panthers in a 3-game series. Despite Shane Willoughby collecting 3 RBIs on the day and Andrew Kendrick collecting his 14th home run of the season, the Gwins dropped Game 1 by a score of 14-5. Then in Game 2 on Friday, the bats were quiet on both sides as Colin Floyd had a strong performance on the mound for the Gwins, throwing 8 innings while striking out 8 and only giving up 3 earned runs. Floyd, however, was not able to get the offensive support as they would fall by a score of 3-0. The Gwins, however, would get redemption in the final game of the series. Senior Nico Padovan collected 2 RBIs and was responsible for the game-winning run in extra innings to beat Milwaukee by a score of 6-5. Padovan has been a difference maker this season as he is currently second on the team in batting average, and he also leads in doubles hit thus far. On Tuesday, the Gwins played host to Kent State to kick off their 6-game homestand at Eastwood Field. A 4-run first inning for the Flashes gave them the run support they needed to come away with the victory as they would go on to win 6-3. However, some bright spots on the day as Lorenzo Arcuri and Nico Padovan both went 2 for 4, while pitcher Alex Bellardini threw 4 innings of shutout baseball. Despite the loss, head coach Dan Bertolini is still optimistic about the team's progress.
I'm here with Coach Bertolini for YSU baseball. Tough start to the homestand here. What's it going to take for you guys to turn the momentum and get it back?
Well, I thought we played pretty well tonight. We hit the ball pretty well. They made hit some balls right at guys. We had some opportunities. We pitched it pretty well. So I don't think we have to do a whole lot. We'll just come out and hopefully those balls will go through tomorrow.
How do you feel about the progression of the team through the season so far?
I think we've done a good job. You know, we've had some injuries. We battled some of that stuff early in the season, and these guys are resilient. We've had some tough stretches, and we've come back and won some games late. And so we're just going to keep fighting. We're in the middle of the league, and that's what our real goal is to make the Horizon League tournament and keep climbing in the standings and see where we are at the end of the year.
Now, when we take a look at the current Horizon League standings, the Gwins currently sit 5th, but they do have opportunities to move up before the end of the season, as they face each of these teams again in the second half of the season. They'll begin their quest to move up as they play host to both UIC and Milwaukee this weekend.
Despite just winning one of a 3-game series with Northern Kentucky last week, the softball team has plenty of cause for celebration thanks to Sarah Dowd. The senior set the Youngstown State softball record with a home run record with a 3-run homer in the top of the 4th inning last Thursday. Dowd hit the 35th home run of her career and broke the record that was previously set by Mackenzie Bedra from 2005 to 2008. She doesn't believe any of this would be possible without her coaches and teammates. The softball team is busy with another Horizon League series this week. On Tuesday, the Gwins hosted Wright State in a doubleheader. The women used a combination of solid pitching and explosive hitting to sweep the Raiders 4-1 and 11-3 on Tuesday afternoon. In Game 1, freshman Maddie Lusk fired a 5-hitter with 4 strikeouts to pick up her 11th win of the year. Lusk also hit a 3-run home run to help in the 4-1 win. With the sweep, the Penguins improved to 19-24 overall and 7-7 in the Horizon League. The Penguins closed out the series against Wright State with a 7-4 victory Wednesday afternoon. They now travel to Green Bay April 21st and the 22nd. Best of luck to all the women.
The women's golf team competed at the Pine Hills Golf Course this past weekend. The women went up against Bowling Green and Cleveland State and were able to pick up the win thanks to strong performances by several golfers. Freshman Reva Morris and sophomore Christina Cooper placed first and second respectively, and 2 other Penguins finished in the top 10 in the tournament. For Morris, she continues her impressive freshman campaign. She carded a season-low round of 72 this past weekend, and her first-place finish at Pine Hills is her 9th top 10 finish this season. Morris believes that she and her team are ready for the Horizon League Championships.
Yeah, so personally my first collegiate win was a really great experience, and to have my team win too was really awesome, and especially the support they provide and the support we provide for each other, and having our coaches behind us too. I mean, we're the best team in the Horizon League by our standards, especially because we have the support of our coaches and the support of our teammates. Well, we never once thought about not winning. So we're very excited. We're excited to compete. We love the competition. And, you know, we're going to go out there and play our best. We're going to put all of our effort into every single shot and every single swing.
As for the men's team, they journeyed to the Delaware Country Club in Muncie, Indiana for the Earl Yestenmeyer Memorial Invitational. The Penguins tied for 12th overall with Loyola University Chicago. YSU senior Steven Sveda led the team with a personal score of .221 over 3 rounds. Sveda finished 18th on the weekend in the individual standings. The men's and women's golf teams will compete next in the Horizon League Championships from April 23rd through the 25th in Florida. The Penguins placed 4th overall in the conference on the men's side, while the women's team placed 3rd overall. Steven Sveda tied for 6th in the conference individual standings, and Emily Dixon placed 2nd in individual standings. Best of luck to both teams.
Over the last week, YSU has welcomed 3 new members to Penguin Nation. The men's golf team gained a commitment from Kevin Schur. The incoming freshman is from Nazareth, PA. As a captain in his senior season, Schur led his team to an undefeated season. The women's golf team also gained a commitment from Haley McGovern, as she signed her letter of intent this week. Head coach Nate Mikos, said Haley has shown that she can compete at a very high level, and we look forward to her joining the program next fall. The team is excited to have her. The women's basketball team also received a letter of intent from Alexis Burkhart. The North Robinson, Ohio native is joining the team as a preferred walk-on. Head coach John Barnes has high hopes for Burkhart and said Alexis is a tough kid who can handle both the ball and shoot well. Good luck to all the new recruits. And that about does it for us here at the Penguin Rundown. For news, highlights, and more, check out YSUsports.com and be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. I'm Corey McCrae.
And I'm Margot Warnes.
Have a great week, Youngstown.